Okay, it's recording. Hey everyone, I'm working on my music homework for orchestration arranging. We have to take the melody line from Scarborough Fair, this line right here, and write out a bunch of shit under it. Write out. We have to make counterpoint, which is this. I'm just gonna treat as the counterpoint, and now we have to do like block chords. The second half. For the second half, I'm just going to have it modulate to major because it's D minor melody. So it's going to be, give it a little listen. Yeah. Yeah. And then we're going to just put block chords here. So if we're going to modulate to the major, then we need to put the leading tone. Let's cut all this shit. Okay, yeah. Oh, fuck you. Cut out that. Fuck you, bitch. Man, man, man. That's what he said. We're gonna have to, and we're gonna end it on. Wait, how the fuck modulating from minor to major? You would have. How the fuck do you go back from minor to major? I was just scrolling random forums on Counterpoint because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Minor to major. Fuck it, stack. Oh. Wait. Is it going from the parallel major or to the relative major? I I think modulate to parallel or relative. I can't fucking spell. Majored. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's to modulate to the parallel major, not to the relative. Okay, thank fucking god that actually that actually makes my job a lot easier. Uh, so just remove all that, and now we just well, ta-da, Mr. Beast. All right, but yeah, now we have. Yeah, all right, let's just do block chords. Yeah, fuck it. No. All right, let's just. What did I say that was? I said it was in C. Oh, yeah, I said it was an A chord. Okay. And since we're going back to D major, let's just set key signature real quick to. Cool. Of course it does the fucking... No. Quit that. Quit that. And for this, we're gonna go... Hey! Fuck you. Ba-dum, ba-dum. No, fuck you. All right, yeah, all right. It's starting to come together. Yeah. Tell you what, let's... Yeah. Oh, fuck you. Hello? No. Fuck you. Yeah. Why is it? Oh, it's because I fucking... God fucking damn. God fucking damn. Okay. So this is where it changes and it gets weird. I don't really know what to make of this. You could see it as like a really fucked up extended leading tone to this. And I think that's what it is, but oh. There you go. That's my thoughts on the matter. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait, these are 5-bar phrases, aren't they? Yeah, let's 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe so that way Okay, so now we know what we're doing. So you see like the back and forth of boom bam 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 mom 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 mom. I don't know, something like that. Some you get the idea. Oh my god, I keep accidentally copy and pasting the fucking dynamic markings. Gah! Alright. Fuck. And we want it to cadence in D major, so we're gonna do that. Yep. And then get rid of fucking dynamic marking. Alright, let's. Okay, yeah, I'm fine with that. So we got to figure out what to do with the fifth bar in these phrases. So should we treat it? Should we treat the fifth bar like it's it's not really setting us up for the next line because it's a rest. So it's like we have to do this shit ourselves. There's nothing we can. What could I put here to sound good? So this one's gonna have to be different too. Fuck it, fuck it, yeah. Let's rewind to. Okay, it's not perfect. The rhythm really comes to a stop at the tied parts. Maybe I could steal this shit from earlier. Yeah, 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 yeah. Theft, 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 theft. Do that, do that, do that. This is your captain speaking. Digging in my butt. It's so fucking stupid. And we can just keep it as simple. This is where we can do the pedals in this one. I'm so genius. I'm so genius. I'm a fucking idiot, man. I am me stupid. Bum 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 bum. Do you know that fucking song? Where do I know that from? What did I put? Bum 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 bum. I don't know what I'm fucking doing, but yeah. Let's see. This is the A, so yeah. Me very genius. Now what the fuck is this? That works. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Fine by me. Now let's insert some petals just so that way we can, because this is part of the rubric is we have to use petals in this assignment. So this is my I use petals moment. And we can, no, I'm not going to put one at the end. Fuck it. Fuck it. All right, let's hear the final product. That modulation is fucking bad. What did I just did something. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Here's what we can do. Not what I... Cool. Ship it. Export. Yep, PDF. Export. Oh my god, I'm not even in this. I haven't been in this class. When did I make this? Form project. 10/26/25. So, 4 fucking months ago? Oh my god. Scarborough Fair PDF. Form project, I'm so cooked. Fun. And now we export again. But this time, we export the MP3 audio. Cool. And real quick, while that's going, I'm gonna go take a piss. All right, I'm back from that mean ass piss. I'm gonna turn in the assignment now. Oh, fuck. Oh, my back hurt. Damn, that shit felt. Oh. All right, I think it's in the documents folder. All right, fuck me. Where is this shit? Use a score. Aha. Scarborough Fur. Scarborough Fur. What's the fucking my peanut farm no one's on. My peanut one's on. You know that shit? My penis went on. Okay, well, I'm done with that shit. What's the rest of this video gonna be? um, Dude, when I was taking a piss, I had an interesting thought. Does ice hydrate you in the same way that water does? Like, if I take this water, is that like would eating the same volume in ice hydrate me? I'm curious. Let's find this out. Let's Google this shit. Does eating ice hydrate you? Because I mean, it all goes in your tum tum. Is eating? It may even help provide hydration. Mmm. Dehydration. Let's see. It does rehydrate you. Okay. How do you hydrate? So eating ice cubes can hydrate you. Drinking is more efficient. Okay. All right then. Good to know, I guess. um, the other thing I wanted to talk about on this channel that I haven't gotten the chance to talk about is the Fallout show. Season 2 of that shit is airing this last few months. Um, and the season finale airs tomorrow, day after tomorrow, something like that. Tuesday. Today is Sunday, so yeah, day after tomorrow. Um, and I just kind of wanted to talk about my thoughts on the show. I liked it. Shockingly enough, I'm a fucking diehard New Vegas fan, so the way they killed the NCR in the last season, I didn't sit right with me. But I feel like this season they've done shit a lot better, and I've got like a deck of poker cards on my fucking table, so I'm gonna put those things up real quick. Yeah, picked these up when I was in New York. Look at that, top of the rock from the Rockefeller Center, like Kanye from Rockefeller Records. Such a good name, by the way. Fucking Rockefeller. Good shit. Good music, but God, Kanye is one of those artists where like you want to hope he'll heal and finally make good music and be a good person again, but you just know he won't. Unfortunately, I mean, you just fucking know he won't. Uh, but yeah, that sucks. But what can you do? Yeah, I watched season 2 of the Fallout show, and gotta say, I was a fan. I liked it. I liked it a lot more than season 1. The main thing that was cool was it felt more like an homage to the old Fallout franchise than it does to the first season. It felt like almost like this isn't your grandma's Apple TV. You know, it felt like it was kind of deriding the old shit. And season 2 of the Fallout show, I feel like is more respectful to the games. It's instead of saying like, "Oh fuck you, Shady Sand's gone because we want to do something." Instead of doing that, instead of saying "fuck you" to the previous games, it feels a lot more respectful of them. And I think the main reason was, I mean, the Vegas setting, you can't fuck with that. Like and the way they portrayed the actual like New Vegas setting, I was a fan of it, but it was just a bit different, and I liked it. God, what else? Getting to see locations from in the games in a TV show was cool. Uh, like when at the beginning of of season 2, we get to see like Novak from the POV of Lucy and the Ghoul, and they changed the layout a bit. I noticed like the hotels are like lined up differently, and some of the rooms look different. And I mean, it's inaccurate, but I'm not like mad about it. It's just, eh, a little different. There you go. But God, trying to think of shit to say about season 2 of the Fallout show. I wish that some of the characters from New Vegas showed up, because the only actual people we can meet in game in New Vegas and meet in the show are, I think, Fisto, which was pretty fucking comedic gold. It was good. We get to meet him. We get to meet fucking Victor and also Mr. House. But Mr. House is in flashbacks, and it's unclear if the house we see in the show is the same house as in the game. Because I think what they're going for is like it's a computer program, maybe, but I don't know. Um, yeah, Fallout New Vegas is so good, and it feels like this in season two they've kind of accepted it, and now they're building off of it instead of just shitting on it, which is season one. It just felt like they were shitting on it, and in season two, we get a fight scene in episode 7. We get a fight scene with Maximus in like the salvaged Brotherhood power armor with like the NCR helmet, and that shit is so peak, absolute peak. Um, Probably, and they do like a little kind of reference thing where they're like, "Yeah, people love their symbols," and it's obviously like a nod at the camera, like, "Yeah, you like the NCR, don't you, little white boy?" And it's a funny nod. But they do like the Rick and Morty self-referential bit, but like they genuinely do lean into the cool part of it, so you love to see it. It was a good plot line, and it's not over yet. The season finale comes out in 2 days, and I'm interested to see what they do with it, and I want to get my thoughts out there before the season finale gets out there, because I want to see what they do with all of the plot lines that are converging. Um, they've already set up a plot line for probably season three of the Enclave as the villains, which they can make it work, but like I'd be skeptical. I'm gonna have a controversial opinion. I think Bethesda has handled the Enclave okay. I don't think they've done too horrible with it. Because in Fallout 3, the Enclave is the main villain. It was a little dicey, but like it was also set in Washington D.C., so it's not too surprising that the Enclave are there. In Fallout New Vegas, the Enclave, I mean, Bethesda didn't make that game, but the Enclave were kind of treated in the way that they are, as like dying out group of veterans who fought for the wrong flag, and it's a cool idea with the Enclave remnants. And then in Fallout 4, the only mention we even get of them, aside from like Creation Club, buy Hellfire armor, aside from all that bullshit, like the base game and the DLCs. I think it's in Far Harbor, you can meet one of the children of Adam, like used to be an Enclave member, and that's pretty cool. And I think that's one of the only mentions of them in game, and I like that, because the secret shadow government being the villain in a TV show is great. It's cool. And being the enemies in the games too. It's great, but like they're secret and shadow and then government. Like they're working behind the scenes and doing evil. And I think the show handled the Enclave in so far they've handled the Enclave in a fucking excellent manner. We see like even House is getting fucking tripped up by them. Everyone is like fucking scared shitless of the Enclave, and you love to see it. And they're treated like the shadow government they are. Walton Goggins' character Cooper, his wife is, I think her name is Barbara. Yeah, Barbara Howard. Her character, like the character Barbara. I don't know what the actress's name is. Barbara's in the elevator when like a government man just is next to her and is just like, "We'll kill your whole family if you don't do what we say." And it's like, that's a fucking perfect face to the shadow government. Just one guy blending in, and oh my god, I just fucking spit everywhere. just one fucking guy blending in. It's like the plot line in if you've watched Invincible, there's a bit with, I think it's Titan. I don't remember his name. Big rock dude. They're fighting in Chicago, and as Invincible's chasing the dude, he gets out on the street, and I think it's Titan. I don't remember, but he's wearing like a gray hoodie and black sweatpants. And then as Invincible gets onto the street, there's like hundreds of people wearing that same fit, and it's to conceal them. And it almost feels like a fucking Court of Owls plot line where it's like secret shadow government under the fucking underneath the sewer, underneath the grime is this like hidden evil, and I fucking love that. But and because of how kind of late the plotline's been introduced, I don't think they're going to be the villains in season 2. I think the Enclave is being set up to be the villains in season 3 of the Fallout show. There you go. Let me Google something. Fallout show season 3? Production on season 3 expected to begin May 2026. Okay, yeah. Greenlit last May, so okay, yeah, cool. So I'm guessing that the Enclave is going to be the villains then, and one thing the Fallout show has done that I like is they're expanding outwards in a way I enjoy, where we're seeing more and more of the worlds coming together, the East Coast and the West Coast, because, you know, the show is set on the West Coast. We start off in Los Angeles, then we go to Vegas, and that's where we're at right now in Season 2. And in Season 2, we've seen more and more people from across the areas coming together. Particularly, we've seen the Brotherhood coming from the Commonwealth, coming from Yosemite, Coronados, fucking Grand Canyon. We're seeing, mostly through the Brotherhood, we're seeing like different areas coming together, and that's pretty cool. But I want to see. I want to see more independent groups than just the Brotherhood having access to big transport means like this. And we kind of have it with the NCR and Legion, where, you know, the NCR covers fucking all of California, some of Oregon and Washington, fucking all of Baja and like parts of Vegas and Nevada. And then with the Legion, they're covering like all of Arizona, parts of Colorado and New Mexico. And I think a good direction for the show after Vegas, because I mean, the New Vegas plot line is probably going to end the season. Maybe not. It could just not. But I don't know. The New Vegas plot line, you know, the whole first season was set in California. Whole second season is set in the Vegas area. So I think the third season is, if I had to guess, fucking maybe in Phoenix. I mean, I'm just throwing shit out there. I don't know. But there's a lot of places it could be set, and if the Enclave is coming into play the way that they have been, then my guess is maybe fucking Chicago, because that's like the one area that we know the Enclave has a heavy presence in, and that would be cool to see. I don't know, because we know from New Vegas, from like Ed E and all that the Enclave had a base in Chicago and had a base in Illinois. So if we're gonna go with the whole Enclave direction, having them show up through like whole new areas and shit would be cool. And it would also be accurate to the games, because of like, you know, there's the whole thing in Fallout 2 of like the telepathy and all that. Forget about that telepathic bullshit, but like your shaman fucking like contacts you through his head, and he's like, yo, they showed up in blackbirds and they killed us all. And that's pretty fucked up. I think it would be cool to have the Enclave like showing up in vertibirds for the first couple episodes, and nobody knows where they're coming from or going because they get killed before they can follow. And then eventually Lucy or the ghoul or whoever the hell places like a tracker and finds them and tracks them down to, could say Chicago. That could be where we set it, or it could be somewhere else. I don't know. But if I had to guess where the Enclave is going to be based at for the sake of the show, I mean, if we just look at a map of the immediate surrounding states, it's probably not going to be Arizona just because of the Legion. It's probably could be Colorado. Maybe. I don't know. Could be in Denver. That might be something. I think the next season's going to be set in a major city. I think... I don't know. I don't know what exact area would be good. But... I think the most realistic setting for the next season is either Denver or Phoenix, because it's not going to stay in Vegas. I hope it doesn't, just because having the show explore like a new area every season, I'm liking it. I'm fucking with it. And I think if they're going to keep going like north and east, then we could have them go into Utah, but I mean, with the New Vegas like Zion DLC, we already kind of know what's out there, so like, but I mean, that doesn't seem to be a deal breaker for the show, because I mean, hell, both of the places that they've been have already been explored in lore, so like, I don't mind that too much. It'll be interesting to see where they go, no matter what, but yeah, I don't know. But anyways, my predictions for this season, or just my thoughts on this season, getting to see Hank's motivation is cool, because we don't... Oh my god, the reveal of Hank's motivation, in spoilers for, like, heavy spoilers for shit in the Fallout show. In season 2, so from season 1, episode 1, up until this season's finale, Lucy has been hunting down her dad. She's been fucking tracking this guy through the wastes, all the way from Los Angeles to Vegas. Think about that. This woman has walked like 800 miles, something like that. No, that's way too big of an estimate. Let's actually Google this. Let's Google fucking Google Maps. Now let's type in... If I can scroll out. Now, if I go from Vegas, Nevada, or Los Angeles, two directions from Las Vegas, Nevada, how far is this? 4 days by feet. It is 270 miles. And damn, that's a fucking long drive. 270 miles to get from Los Angeles to Vegas. So I mean, that's what fucking, especially in post-apocalypse like terms, that is like weeks of travel. And it's interesting. What do I think of all this shit? I don't know. I think it's crazy that Lucy's been chasing her dad for like probably a month on this fucking like journey through the mountains, by the way. And I think it's cool that she's doing that. But God, I'm sorry, my brain is fucking zoning out on anything to say. You know? She's been chasing her dad for 2 whole seasons at this point. And I like that when she finally gets to her dad, it's anticlimactic, but it's also a massive reveal. She's in Vegas, she's in Freeside, and the ghoul is there, Cooper, and he knocks her out because Hank, Lucy's dad, promises Cooper's family safety in exchange for him knocking Lucy out and taking her back to back to fucking Los Angeles. And I think it's funny to picture alternate timeline where Cooper is just fucking carrying Lucy in a Walmart basket for like 300 miles, and that's funny to me. But what ends up happening is Lucy fucking gets a power fist, fucking slams Cooper through a window, which also she's roofied, so she's like, whoa, you know? So she passes out, and then she wakes up in her dad's like vault, and that's pretty cool. But what I like is that as she's going along, she's running into fucking lobotomites, but people who are like dressed in Legion uniforms, and they're like, "Hi, how do you do?" And it's just it's fucking weird. It's like Ned Flanders shit. But it's intentionally weird. It's not a fuck up. It's like part of it that it's uncanny. And then she's going along, and she runs into her dad, and one of the first things he points at and talks about is he points at a copy of All Quiet on the Western Front, and he just says like, "Good book. What'd you think of the ending?" Humdinger it was. And it's fucking weird the way this man is like, he's got like that old, almost like an Atlantic accent where it's like it feels like every word this man says is fucking pedicured to like be exactly what these people want to hear. And it's fucking creepy, man. And Lucy says, like, I don't know, I didn't finish it. And then Hank points out, he says, you know what got to me the most? The futility of it. And it's cool because he doesn't really get much more chance to explain his motivation, but that one line kind of just gives us everything we need. He's saying that like if war never changes, it's always this feudal hell, then we have to stop it. And this is how we stop it, is by fucking lobotomizing everyone, removing freedom of choice, removing autonomy. And it's a fucking terrifying take because there's not really much you can say to ethically argue with it because autonomy good, but I mean, you know, how does that matter if, you know, congratulations, you can make choices. Now go die in a fucking fight for your choices. And it's interesting. And one thing I like is that the whole point Hank is trying to make gets kind of defeated when Lucy says, or like when Lucy and Hank are kind of in debate over what to do with the big lobotomy machine. She's like, "Oh, you know, you've said a lot of bad shit about." Or no, Hank is like, "NCR versus Legion. This fighting will never end." And then Lucy points out that like, of the two big groups, there's an objectively correct choice because she says like the NCR is vaguely problematic, but the Legion is enslaving and killing people, which is true. I mean, that's kind of the whole plot line. But I like that because it really vindicates New Vegas fans because, you know, at the start of the show we had kind of what just seemed like disrespect to old fucking fans. It just felt like the show people hated the New Vegas players. And to an extent there's still some of that feels bad, like in episode I think 4, Lucy gets addicted to cocaine and she shoots the Kings, who are now all ghouls. Didn't like that, didn't care for that because it served no purpose other than being like, oh hey, look at this, remember these guys you liked from the first game, pow, you know. It didn't do anything to make them the Kings, and it would have honestly make them like, God, what group would have been good to show in that role? Huh. having the Kings just be fucking fodder. I didn't like. Have it be Van Graffs. Fuck it, do that. Have it be like the arms dealers for the Van Graffs. Yeah, why not? Like, because your fans from the old games are gonna hate them, and it's gonna be a cooler fight because they're in like big metal armor. So like, would I feel like that would have been a better choice, but yeah, that was the only. I think that was the only time in season two that I felt like the showrunners didn't care about New Vegas, and it was just because they also killed the king. They fucking shot him dead, and I don't like that. But I God. But anyways, that was the one moment that felt off to me, or felt like just not good. But in the rest of this show, like, or in that final scene with, I think it was in it might have been in episode, it was in episode 6, where Lucy and Hank are like debating everything. You know, she points out that like the NCR is not perfect, but the Legion is a hell of a lot worse. And I like this because it's showing the franchise's take on things in a way that I like. Like in New Vegas, you can hear different characters' takes, but you never really see the creator's take. And in a game that's an RPG where you make your own choices, that's a good thing. But in set media like a show, it's nice to have a concrete like confirmation of like, this is the showrunner's beliefs. This is what the franchise thinks is the correct decision, and I like that. But yeah, what else? What else? I felt like it was kind of a rehash of Fallout One, like the whole, like, we can conquer and save the Earth if we create an army of effectively lobotomites who defer to somebody else's thinking. And I'm interested to see how they resolve that conflict, because in Fallout 1, the way they stop that fight where it is because the master, even though his ideology is like arguable, the execution is failed because the super mutants, even though yeah, they can conquer the waste, yeah, they are capable, they are good. Even though they are all that, they can't have kids, so they can't keep going. And I mean, it's something that's built into our brain to be like, no, autonomy good. We don't want to be big green mutant army. Why would we do that? Even though that's like an objective moral we all have. It's kind of interesting to poke at it and be like, but why? And with the lobotomy, fucking the big lobotomy cube in the show, I'm interested to see if they go into it more. I hope they do, because I want to see more of a hit on the ethical side of it, instead of just like, your plans are stupid. I kind of want to. That was the one part of Fallout 1 that felt kind of like, I don't. It was intended to be like the boss's fatal flaw, and I'm curious to see what Hanks is in the show, because so far he hasn't really had any, other than like, at one point he says the phrase "perfect is the enemy of good," and I think that line is gonna be his fatal flaw, because the NCR, they're not perfect, but they're damn good. They're the best that we have, and his fucking lobotomite army, saying like, I think that's probably going to be the line that they use, because here's my predictions for episode 8 coming out in 2 days. Is Lucy's going to hit him with a "I know you are, but what am I?" She's going to hit him with that, with the fucking line that's like, what is it? Perfect is the enemy of good. Like, the NCR and the endless fighting, it may not be good, or it may not be perfect, but it's a hell of a lot better than the alternative of, fucking lights on, nobody's home brain, you know, and I don't know. It's a cool ethical dilemma, because depending on whether you value autonomy or peace more, that, I mean, that says something about you. And most humans are hardwired to prefer autonomy, but like I'm curious how all that would work in maybe what's a setting that's like a more collectivist setting where they don't care too much about autonomy. Like I want to see what this plot line, like what people think about it in China or in like any country that's more collectivist. I think it'd be a fun plot line to compare and contrast. And yeah, that's kind of all I have to add to that. The way they set it up was really cool. So congrats to Fallout Show. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest. When I started watching that shit, I did not like it. I honestly didn't like season one. Season two, I think is kind of deserves a spot on the shelf with all the Fallout games and shit because it's done everything right and you love to see it. Um, and it's also done like the classic Fallout thing of bringing an ethical question to the table, and now we gotta solve it. And I'm curious if, since it's an RPG and there's no way to like alternate endings, it's I'm curious to see like you can't lean too hard into ethical dilemmas with like no alternate endings like in a video game. You can because you can't really do that with a show unless it's like a unsatisfying pick your own adventure thing. You know, you can't really do that. So I get that they leaned into one that they're probably going to have to put in some kind of flaw, and I think it's going to be the perfect is the enemy of good. That whole idea is going to be what ends up killing Hank's plans and everything. Um, but yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on season two. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it a lot. And all the non ideas shit about the season has been great. Like the art, the fucking the music has been fucking great. The editing was the one thing I felt was kind of weird. It felt like I feel like they could tell the shit was going to be clip farmed on YouTube Shorts because like there were just cuts to black. I remember the first and second episode in particular. It was like just every 2 minutes. Oh my god, I fucking spit everywhere again. I spit a lot when I talk. I don't know what I can do to fix it, but I don't know. Put a fucking sponge in my mouth like a cricket. If when I was a kid, like at one point we were farming crickets for my turtle. Like we just put like a big Tupperware bucket with a fucking sponge in there. Yeah, God, fucking vile little creatures. I like them, but I wouldn't keep them as pets or anything. Um, but anyways, yeah, that's kind of all I have to add for season two. Oh yeah, but the editing, it would just fucking YouTube Shorts clip farm like cut to black, cut to new scene, cut to black, cut to new scene, and I feel like they were just making it easier for people to clip farm the shit. And I don't know what they were doing, and it was very funny. But yeah, that's kind of all I have. For season three, I'm curious to see what they do with the Enclave plot line because it's fucking terrifying, man, and it's a good plot line. So I wonder what they'll do with it. Same with the house plot line. I don't know if they're gonna resolve that in season two or if they're gonna take it to season three. I don't know. Um, Also, that was one thing that I kind of didn't like was the pacing was super fucking fast. Like, oh my god, fast. Um, and I wish it was a little bit like more slower and deliberate. But you know, I mean, can't win them all. But overall, still good, still great. Yeah, it's kind of all I have to add. And bye.